Right, welcome to a very good evening now on Fiifi-Manfred on YouTube. Fiifi-Manfred on YouTube. Big night of a lot of breaking news. And I mean, Ebrewa Hasi on Fiifi-Manfred on YouTube. News now, and also a lot of interest from Chelsea, Barcelona, Madrid. In fact, Madrid, Charlie, I say, okay, you be fine talk about that, See, and then, so if you didn't give yourself any chance to win some good money, and then I told you that over here, if we go down just like some 1 or 2 days, it doesn't define us. I'll come back as big, and then big boom. I mean big boom. I think 9+ or 8+ odds, and then our boys they jubilate if you go on Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, Hasay, TikTok, boys name channel, Telegram channel, no WhatsApp channel will be energy. So if you're not staking the codes, I don't know for you. It has gone through, and then the boys are enjoying a very good time. Our hand Fiifi-Manfred on YouTube every morning. So 8 a.m. Tomorrow's codes are going to be there. Usually are between 4 to 5 codes. At least 2 every night. Pick up those codes, put them in your Betway app, and then go and stake them. You make some good money by 9 p.m. Our Fiifi-Manfred on YouTube. So I want to subscribe to the channel now, Michelle. Subscribe to the channel, turn on notification turn on. Do choose all so that anytime their content ever drop, and you'll be first to have it on Fiifi-Manfred on YouTube. A very good time for football. I'll say on Fiifi-Manfred on YouTube. In Komodo, especially from the point of view of Madrid forum, near Barca for area Madrid, I told many honey, seriously. The Madrid board and hierarchy have realized that Barca will dominate Spanish football and European football and they'll be in trouble. I say, who say almost squad building is not the right one. Yes, they have a very good front three or front four. Rodrigo, Vinicius Jr., Jude Bellingham, and Kylian Mbappe. Literally, they can compete but they have an imbalanced midfield, especially with the absence of Toni Kroos. Madrid, they don't have somebody that will do the deep line playmaking job. Madrid, if only knew a tempo controller, Madrid, if only any obey the combative box-to-box job for them. And in a lot of games, they have been found wanting. And that is why you keep on hearing the news that Madrid want to go big. Of course, it has started with Xabi Alonso that has come in as manager for Team FC Real Madrid. Now, away from Xabi Alonso, what is going on is that what the Madridistas would want to do is that at the end of the day, they need to get a squad a bit complementary branch of Xabi Alonso for him to be able to compete with Team FC Barcelona. So it is a big conversation for Barca with how they want to, for Madrid with how they want to set up on the team going next season and the kind of players on with the bar and home very important. And you see, they have already done the job for a branch of Dean Hoytson. In fact, the only reason why Dean Hoytson announced it is because the English Premier League season is over. So what Madrid would want to do is that say this Sunday, Bournemouth final game we are, then they'll go on and then find a day to announce the Hoytson and then subsequently announce Trent Alexander-Arnold. Now, one other thing that they wanted to do a medical command for a while now has been the fact that they want to make sure some team, some level of a Spanish call, because there is no Spaniard. Vinicius Jr. is Brazilian. Rodrigo Goes is Brazilian. Jude Bellingham is English. There is Kylian Mbappe, who is French. Oban Fiifi-Manfred, Machimeni, Camavinga. These are not Spaniards. There is Luka Modric. They want some level of a Spanish call within the team. And that is why they've gotten center back in Dean Hoytson, who is Spaniard, who understands the Spanish way of playing and who understands the Madridista culture. They want to add a branch of Alvaro Carreras from Benfica. Spaniard, understands the Madridista culture. they want to make sure some team has some level of Spanish core, especially when we say Danny Carvajal comes back into the team when they have those players. Now, it is a very, very good thing that Madrid for now tries to almost share a team. And I've mentioned to you, say Barca for one so one plan, but the Barcelona plan essentially hinges on fullbacks the middle, any wing, left wing, and any top. And all like very, very important thing FC Barcelona is home here. And I just don't understand. And then when I go to a lot of the portals from Catalan Club, what they are telling me is that Barcelona are very, very close to signing Abrantia, Luis Diaz for 85 million. How are you comfortable paying 85 million? I mean, when it comes to money, one reporter any TV3 for the income on it. Watch it, Chimacho said, see, can you problem on Barca for them? And they realize that they have some good money on Binyeska, on Bitinia, Yomajuma. They will buy the players that they want to buy. They'll do everything that they want to do, and they need problem. But doing it the right way, because left wing and Barca for penal, according to one reporter, they moved on from a branch friend Nico Williams. So the next option in a branch your friend Luis Diaz. With respect to what Barca for, and we are hearing 85 million for Abrantia, your friend Luis Diaz. Something that is very, very funny. And then you mean Barca for echo the club dinner after some winning all of the things so winning or honor no club dinner and I'll be who Abrantia friend Ronaldo Araujo and a girlfriend. I will be who Rafinha and a girlfriend. I will be Corona Pedri, Gavi, Nico Martinez. Daniel Mark Barnal and Nayet is a player someone may say the team dinner no Fran Torres because of the injury Juice Kunde or film festival Eric Garcia yes home fan it's not known why Lamine Yamal ain't ni attended but Lamine Yamal ain't ni attended sa Madrid for Barca for dinner with respect to winning the league or Hormon Labrante friend Lamine Yamal ain't me attend. We don't expect say a baby BB or Hormon they just could not attend that game now. Madrid for no but it's very important say Barca for no understand that they don't have to waste money on a branch friend Luis Diaz. I don't think say my branch friend Luis Diaz enough 85 million. I don't think that he's worth 85 million for team friend FC Barcelona. I don't think so. I think that Barcelona can use that money for something way better. But the Ayrton said Deco very, very interested in our branch friend Luis Diaz and can play as a left winger and also as a striker. And Omuni said, or your opportunity buy. Omotono Betima or left winger Betima or striker in Sadia. They don't have to go and buy a left winger and also go and buy a striker separately in Sadia. They will do a deal for Brantia friend Luis Diaz and they can use him for both areas. Now, we'll wait to see if that is what's going to happen with respect to Brantia, your friend Luis Diaz or Hormana, and we'll wait to see how things are going to go. One thing that's very clear, and it's a Barca would have to find ways to get left backs or as it stands now. Barca for Nenyadi or Mama Brantia friend Andreas Christensen contract renewal. Still, for the contract renewal and then the club no. As almost how the summer will go, be the very, very good offer bar. One shiny on my bench your friend Andres Christensen, Ako everyone team them, and then they are not going to. Let him stay. Our team up, your friend FC Barcelona. See, I was telling you earlier about Madrid for on a plan because of near Barca for the year. And I say Madrid for at TSC Chelsea. On TSC Chelsea, like they've entered Chelsea to try and hijack Chelsea for in very, very key areas. Now let me explain something to you. Mekacho said they've gotten the Hudson, Dean Hudson over Toronto. Alvaro Carreras, Cecilia Menoka say in Portugal for an air report here and said. I said Madrid for any Benfica for started didn't come officially to the extent that they have really gotten into crunch time conversation with our branch friend Alvaro Carreras, and most likely Carreras is going to join team and friend FC Real Madrid. Fine, granted. Now, away from Zach Carreras conversation at Madrid for air tries to maybe you or I say Madrid for have understood that centre back, any full back, and Jumano Trent, centre back, Carreras. Baby Aka, any goalkeepers, Lunin, say Lunin Ecuador, bring Kepa Zabalaga, Adia, or your back Madrid near Chorotorum. And that's the first thing they are trying to do to hijack Chelsea. 3. Courtois or Horum. But the most important thing that Madrid for said this afternoon, the brief began to come from Madrid for camp said they are looking for a galactico midfielder. Okay, in the last few days, the brief was that Madrid for a midfield will be control tempo of games and more like deep line playmaker, and people begin to throw it around. Some Argentine journalists begin to mention the name of Enzo Fernandez and the other. And the truth of the matter is that Madrid really do value Atletico Enzo Fernandez. Now the problem, and I said, at this point in time, and make sure why Chelsea made certain decisions about some players now. Now, Madrid value Atletico Enzo Fernandez, especially for Xabi Alonso. They believe that Enzo Fernandez is born as a 6, not Tchouameni, not Camavinga. Now, Atletico Enzo Fernandez next to Atletico Camavinga. Then Camavinga and Tchouameni will do the off-the-ball covering of Enzo Fernandez for them. Then they will allow Jude Bellingham to thrive in the number 10 role. Then, of course, Mbappe. So there are certain times when we back trainer, Enzo would have somebody invert next to him, maybe Trent Alexander-Arnold. Madrid for bit more ballon boss, be a lot of defenses move into Barca for the boss highline now. They will have the quality to sit in front of the block and then exploit the highlight with the pace of a front line and also the technical ability of the players just right in front of the block. Something very, very instrumental, very technical, and a very good plan to beat teams like FC Barcelona. Until the brief began to come. Now, what we are hearing is that Madrid are beginning to send signals to the people in Argentina, said, "I'm Enzo." But the Chelsea phone to Enzo with 105 million euros from Benfica 2 seasons ago in January. Yeah. And Chelsea phone shared that they gave Enzo Fernandez about more than 6 years contract at Chelsea. Now, Madrid wants him. They know that some banners, some pitch, some projects into him, and he's a South American. He would want to go. Now, this is why Chelsea have been very brilliant in giving our players a long-term contract. In fact, and then Boehly was speaking at the Dubai Business Conference, and I'm not catching for say time when Chelsea more players not 6 years, 7 years contract. The people didn't understand. They didn't want to lose their players not to team with some Madrid just when they are beginning to come together. And in the end, I think that Chelsea will not want to sell Enzo Fernandez. But if Fernandez is not they will let Madrid know say over they are 175 million euros signing. In Krenika says signing a pet. And then there's 575 million euros signing. You take your man. And because Chelsea have a strong bargaining power in terms of the fact that Boehly a long-term contract, he can't force a move out of Chelsea, which is very important. And again, Boehly in some business summits the catcher will be say Chelsea players, there is nobody or man they contract me. They assume say Chelsea and qualifying for Champions League will beat me a team now or club for. So it's another win for Chelsea. It's a very, very important thing in a Chelsea for the year to the ball money back that the at the beginning when they bought the club, because they envisage a class beat Real Madrid will come and they will come in. I mean, scavenge and then try and make sure say they were very, very smart with that. I doubt Enzo Fernandez would want to leave Chelsea at this point in time. Now a project, come on. I doubt say he would want to leave. But even if you want, a very, very, very difficult deal for Madrid for him to pull to. I really do think that guy now or Stuttgart is going to be the player that Madrid ends up with in the middle of the pack. I think that that's going to be the player Madrid for that will end up with, and we are going to get that player and add him to a midfield, which is very, very important from there. But Ansua, and anyway, and you use a massive for starting a below whistles, no, or the whispers neighbor, and that's Sama. Massive for to say, Madrid for a contacting and now, Omaka could didn't come and neck with a branch here for Nico Williams. Now, listen to this story very clearly. In the last 6 hours, reports began to come say, Abrantia, your friend Nico Williams, and now Chelsea entourage, any Arsenal for entourage traveled to San Mamé to meet Abrantia, your friend Nico Williams, then call for separately. Now, when they met them, the plan was that they want to make sure say, at the end of the day they understand how much the project will cost, the operation will cost, and the feasibility of the operation. Quickly, Barca for sports, President to TV3 for and say, oh no, he doesn't, and the time has passed for Nico Williams now. Right now, Barca for report to say Barca for are seriously considering signing Nico Williams before the Club World Cup. Florentino Perez is obsessed with the Club World Cup and the idea of being the first club ever to win it, and almost try very, very aggressively. So beating Ako, Norman J. Abrantia, your friend, Nico Williams, every team, my friend, Athletic Club de Bilbao. No now go show with team. Say the BBA, come, but Madrid for SC, Chelsea, and they've hijacked Chelsea. But Chelsea has good news, and Barcelona are also planning over there. And then anyway, Man City a winning game, and it has blown the English Premier League run wide open. Share. Kevin De Bruyne deserves all the praise now, and I think that he is quality in the modern game. Proper number 10, creative player. The ball striking, the way with pick ball, no. I mean, the temperament of Kevin De Bruyne. He's literally one of the English Premier League greats. In fact, there are some people that think that in terms of midfielders ever in the history of the game, or Premier League level, you cannot put it past a Brantier friend Kevin De Bruyne. And then Man City put up an excellent spectacle for him and then the mark, because it's going to be the last time that he plays over the Diaz Stadium. And I think that congratulations to him. They're not so good thing about the day, and they said, Messi a sitter. But that's, you can spare a Brantier friend Kevin De Bruyne. But the main conversation, and they said, Man City just need 1 point in my last game against Fulham to really stand a chance of qualifying to the Champions League. Intellectually, they are there in the game against Fulham at Craven Cottage on the last day of the season, which is going to be a very important one. I mean, we will talk about the next video, more about how Chelsea possibly what will happen in the final day of the season, how the season is blown wide open, what Chelsea can do. You already did this on Fiifi-Manfred on YouTube. But and then this is the content we have for you. So subscribe to the channel and subscribe. So and then we need some cool congratulations to you. Yami had more channel pan Yami Emma and the pan eche and that's in Kwana so honoma. We'll meet up in the morning. We'll have more conversation. Now if you will remove in the details of all of the conversation. Fiifi-Manfred on YouTube. I'll see you on the tomorrow. Bye bye.